Okay, this was plan A, but it's one thing to make these for my students who are musicians and find it entertaining, and it's another to do this for a government agency and hope that they even look at it. Some very important factors about the what concluded that it was 7-Eleven doing this. A guy by the name of goes by the nickname Marty, who lived at 1738 Los Palmas Avenue at the Los Palmas Hotel on the second floor, no, first floor. So that would be like, to know the room number, I'd have to go back to the building and look at the door, which you can't do once you move out, unless I'm escorted in there by you. And then you could talk to the coordination manager, and she would have to, by law, give you his full name. So when I was informed of this, and we all got together, there was this butcher in the Bronx, and that's where all of our food dollars were going. I'm the one who called them, spoke to the guy, and I said, my EBT money, all of it, is traced to your store. It says so on my transaction history, even with the scanned cards. The rightful owner gets all the transaction history. He said, oh, you have to call me back later, the manager, when the manager's here. I called back later and nobody answers the phone. I called from a different number about a week later. The guy answered again, man, go leaving the man. So I called 2 hours later. No, ring, 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 no one picking up. So then I called from a third different number. That scared him so shitless that he disconnected the phone about a day or two later. And it was brought to my attention by a guy named Rick, who lived in room 116 at 3817 Los Palmas, the Los Palmas Hotel. Again, that's room 116. I just know him as Ricky. His full name is probably Richard something something. And he explained that this butcher does not exist. It's a front, total scam. Probably some guy in a storage shed with a cell phone. All one has to do, us as EBT clients, we can go out and buy the machine, take our EBT dollars, scan it through, and turn all of our EBT money, our food money, into cash. If we want to starve ourselves for a month, so we can buy Botox instead. What do these machines cost? Maybe $50. So he spoke with an Indian accent. When I confronted 7-Eleven, why they chose to withdraw my EBT cash from their own cash register, but that time they let me keep my food, because they were taking everybody's cash, everybody's food. The second time that I got special treatment, my cash was not withdrawn from the bank like it was the prior month, and everybody else was still getting their money with it. Yeah, we all had the address, but we had to get a printout from EBT. The cops will not take a report without a printout from EBT. The bank cannot give us the surveillance without a printout from EBT. So the EBT office would be the snag, the stopper plug. And then they altered my file. They destroyed my application. It says the second time I applied for reimbursement, second month in a row, I had stated on that application, I know who it is, because you can see right on my transaction history. That's another thing. They might erase my transaction history because I made the mistake of reminding who seemed to be a nice guy just last week about me having the evidence in my transaction history. So they might erase it. Now, totally unrelated, but same subject. Somebody said, "Oh, well, the manager's going to erase the surveillance cameras so that you can't prove who's put the stolen motorcycle in your yard." And they're like, "Oh, so then that's how they're going to peg me." I said to them, mind you, I asked this group of criminals who I didn't know was criminals at the time, but now, and I'm pretty sure I could be wrong, but the way they were acting, suspicious anyway. I said, but wouldn't the erasing of just conveniently the camera malfunctions when the guy dropped the motorcycle off and picked the motorcycle up, all in my absence? I think that would be just as good as the surveillance footage, if not better. And like, oh, no, no, no. Now, is that true? I think that if it's erased just for those time period, it's not like they erased the whole week. Because, of course, you'd have to keep the footage of me feeding the dog that was abandoned in my yard right next to the motorcycle that I wanted out of my yard and even called the police about. And would that part be erased too? And that's not suspicious. Now, you as a government agency, there are ways of retrieving deleted data. And with EBT, we cannot take screenshots either. I've tried. It does not come out. I tried taking a photograph of the phone screen, but because of the light from the screen, it cancels out the picture. The only thing we can do is a printout, which may consist of needing somebody, a professional that knows how to retrieve deleted data. Okay, there's more. I can't think of it off the top of my head, so I'm going to attempt the pause button. Or you know what? This gives you enough of an idea to want to bring me in for a desk interview. And I want to be brought in as a narc. Not reporting fraud, but an official narc. Please, I want a shot.